To the sandy confines of the lower St. Lawrence Valley, this is Motocross Nation. Last week, it was a sloppy start. Kevin Benoit, home turf, hole shot, wins first moto, crowd goes crazy. Second race, he hole shots again. Royal Distributing Triple Crown, Benoit leads wire to wire and wins the clean sweep. Round 7, top of the box. This is round 8 of the 2014 Rockstar Energy Drink Motocross Nationals. Mark Travers and Brian Coster in the booth. And this is the River Glade MX Park just outside of Moncton, New Brunswick. MX2 Racing today brought to you by Motovan.com, the source for power sports parts and accessories. That's a dynamite day to race motocross on the East Coast. MX2 boys on the line. It's going to be a beauty.
Nice shot of Vince Freese getting ready. There's Dylan Wright. Jared Petruska, the 400, really coming into his own this year. Politelli, he knows this track. He's fast here. Ryder, we want to see in the winner's circle there. Swanson on the 17th, struggling a little bit this year, Travs. Motor package, bike package. To the series championship points after 7 of 10 rounds. Benoit's got a nice lead, but Maffibayer's keeping Freese honest. A nice little logjam there in behind with Ingles, Politelli. Jeremy Medaglia came out with a slow start, starting to chip away, Travis.
Okay, boys going out on parade. There's Topher Ingles coming out. They always run the top 5 as opening ceremonies, Fabs. Great time for not only the fans to get out and see the top guys, but all the riders to get out on the track and see the lines that develop after they've done a little touch-ups.
Yeah, I love this. The top 5 go kind of signifies who the guys to watch for are, and then the rest of the pack goes out on that sight lap. Super important to get a look at the track. You can see the dark spots are kind of where the water's been laid on. This is that classic red, clay out here in the Maritimes. There's going to be a few slick spots on the inside, so riders going to have to watch for it.
That's big news this morning. Part of the opening ceremonies, Ryan Gull brought out Team Canada for the 2014 Motocross Destinations. Fasciotti, Medaglia, and Benoit will be going to Latvia. And there's your team. Raise them high, boys. We're proud of you. Welcome back to the River Glade MX Park just outside of Moncton, New Brunswick. This is MX2 Moto 1 and the lovely Rockstar Julia taking care of business. Boys on the line. Rockstar Melissa coming out with that 30 board. Sir Paul Kingsley in his perch. And we are getting ready to rock and roll. This first MX2 Moto will be brought to you by RoyalDistributing.com, Canada's power sports leader. Fast dynamite crowd coming in today. Bluebird skies, fresh track. This thing's going to be a beaut.
Man, we were under threat of heavy rain, so the track crews didn't till too deep or water too much overnight. They kind of came in this morning, touched up the track. Could be a little difficult for the riders with some puddles and some dust. A lot of small stones out here, two Travs, just to make that roost a little more punishing.
5 sideways, fabulous. The gate is down, coming into this real long shoot into the left-hander. Let's go on board with the 17 of Kyle Swanson.
Swanson gets a pretty good start, but I think it was Benoit out there with that Royal Distributing hole shot. Swanson here in the top 10. We get a really good, tasty look at that crew as they come flying through. Of course, Maffibayer never with a stellar start mired in there. And our helmet cam pilot, Swanson, this kid rides with all heart. He just needs a bike that can really finish these races.
Out of the GP section, that new roller part added, Fabs. I really like that. Slows the guys down a little bit because that places high speed to our leader, the 24 Royal Distributing Fox racer, Kevin Benoit, leading the series, red plate. Right behind him is arch nemesis, that's Freese. And look at Liam O'Farrell, the South African, green and yellow, love it.
Liam makes a real slick move on Topher Ingles. Ingles getting a great start. Both, oh my goodness, catapult. Benoit does a catapult on lap 1. The only MX2 rider to do so.
On a 252 stroke too, Brian. He's leading, maybe he felt fresh. Good idea, add an extra second or 2. Riders funneling through that bottom valley, coming to this huge sweeper up into the orchard. Maffibayer looking to get by Ingles.
Super high speed there as they drop down and up. A new section a few years ago to a replay of the start. A great front view. Benoit dabbling a bit there. Looked like Topher might have had it, but then wham! In goes the 24, and we see Moffenbauer on the outside, steps over the berm, loses the mojo he had in a bunch of positions.
Super fast, dangerous start. One of my favorite parts of the track right here is they come out of the GP section and then dive down into the trees. Super fast, gets ruddy, and I love that wall hit right there.
Yeah, and they added a bunch of rollers up to that wall hit, Travis, as they come alongside of the highway, and they're actually passing cars that are on the highway. So they're doing like a good 100, 120 clicks.
The battle for 10th is full blaze. Fraser, Swanson, here comes the two-stroke of the Frenchman Glade.
Glade, always a threat in the top 10, but now Sean Moffenbauer recouping a few positions after that bad start. Turn of pressure. No, there's the catapult. Over jumps it a bit there, Trav. Bounces wide, still maintains the lead. I don't know if that is super smart. I think you're gaining good, maybe a half a second to a second there, but it's high risk.
Let's talk about the catapult, though. A lot of the riders in the 450 class were landing on the tabletop and not on the downside. He'll tried it a few times, but if they should open up that corner a little bit and allow them to flow through there, I think.
Yeah, but coming up to it a bit short, scrubs a bit of the speed, sets you up for that turn, so nonetheless, a very tricky part of the track. Not a lot of riders doing it overall in both classes.
Here is the catapult from the side. Swanson and Fraser only doubling in. You're seeing those options out there. I think the boys that have the stones can make it work for them, though.
Yeah, definitely, and it's all about the landing to set up for the turn. Austin Politelli didn't get the greatest start either today, sitting in 6th place. He really wants to make good on his season, but he is being challenged heavily by Wetland MX1 rider who's just been getting stronger and stronger. And Jesse, one of these days, he's going to win one of these things.
Did you see how aggressive he was on the inside, getting a lot of traction out there, Brian? That's a dynamite corner.
And look at him here, where the start funnel's on totally opposite side of the track as Politelli, really making the width of this track work, piecing it all together. Benoit coming out of the woods. He's got himself a nice lead in real time. Where's Freezy? Freezy, our 2nd place man, did not come around.
He was in there, Brian. He's just very close to Benoit. Liam O'Farrell in 3rd, Moffenbauer in 4th, and then back to the 34. That's Dylan Wright, MX101 Yamaha, down through those Zox trees, looking good.
I love the way they jump down into the woods there, and they come out of the forest up the hill. Very interesting track out front. Benoit really rocking hard, but look at the battle. There goes Moffenbauer past O'Farrell. That is 3rd place. O'Farrell fights back. Moffenbauer with the smoother line on the outside makes it stick, and back to O'Farrell. He's on a 2-stroke, the same prep bike as Ingles and basically the same prep bike as Benoit, so a lot of those 252 strokes up in the top 10.
The number 26, Liam O'Farrell, a veteran motocross rider, a real nice addition to this MX2 class on the 250. He's been dynamite in the east. Oh, Whalen had a problem. He's fallen back. Now he's working up on Glade. Oh, fabulous. Look at this. The number 1 of Austin Politelli with another DNF. That Cowie 250 program has been a nightmare.
Coming off 2 back-to-back championships the last 2 years with that bike. They're struggling with overheating problems on their race bike, no problems on their practice machine, so kind of odd there. Battle for 7th, Travis, is getting hot. Glade in the mix, having a great ride, trying to hold off Wetland. Wetland, we got a report, got hung up with a lapper, actually got turned right around on the track with a stalled engine, so he's playing catch-up, pumps Glade back one.
And Wetland, one of the fastest riders on the track for sure, Brian, always in that top 5 fray, has been winning motos. He's unbelievable. To one of our hot rookies, the 77 Honda of Brock Leitner, just outside of the top 20 right now, Brian, but that kid is going to be a top 10 dude soon.
Yeah, 16 years old. He was doing the series at 15. Strong family out of Alberta behind him, so we're going to see him progress as a rider. Now, Kyle Swanson, he's another guy that is so good. He's in 7th right now. He's got Wetland coming up behind him. But Swanson has been struggling a little bit with support, I think, in this country. And it's really hard as a privateer, you know, practice, keep the bikes together. Struggling a little bit with DNFs this season.
One thing you say about Swanson, I love that kid's style. He goes for broke. And you're right, if he had a bike that mechanically was sound, I think he'd be on the podium on a lot of weekends. Back to the 26 of Liam O'Farrell, the 14 of Toe Pringles, pair of 2-strokes, come at each other, down into the valley. Different style of bike on a track like this, Brian. A lot of people think the 4-stroke's better, but right now, Benoit's leading on a 2-banger, and these guys are in the top 5.
What an awesome line there for the 14 of Ingles just off the side of the jump. He's pressuring Liam right now. Holy smokes, equally prepared bikes going at it. tooth and nail. They both want to be on the podium. There's a lot of points and money at stake here.
Getting their last lap flags, Brian. This battle is for 4th place. Moving ahead, look at this. The 719 of Vince Friese, Quiet Moto, all by himself in second. And here comes the 22, Little Muff through the Zox corner. Look at Friese, he's got a funny bill up there, Fabs.
Yeah, Friese had a bit of a fall and knocked his peak askew, and now Moffenbauer has got his head down. He wants to get a wheel in on there and just see if he can put Friese down again.
And the one thing about Moffenbauer, there may not be a rider on the track who's in better shape, and that's why he has such great finishes, because he goes start to finish.
A tough boy from Saskatchewan, mentoring under Bobby Canary. Their teammates train under Todd from Performex. Those guys are fit, and they get to work during the week. Their fitness is unmatched.
To our leader, the 24, Kevin Benoit, on his final approach. Brian leading the class, leading the series, and he's going to win wire to wire with that whole shot and a nice little booter to boot.
He might be leading in the fashion department too, because that 2015 gear is toys. Welcome back to the Rockstar Energy Drink Motocross Nationals, River Glade MX Park in Moncton. It's no fun at the track at all. No, none. To the Yamaha leaderboard, Benoit, big time. How about Ingalls, O'Farrell, Wetland with his struggles, Wright, Swanson, Glade, and Rich.
With the winner of the first MX2 Moto here from the Glade is the number 24 of Kevin Benoit. Kevin, whole shot, wire-to-wire win, taking care of business, my friend.
Yeah, I mean, I'm doing what I need to do, and two-stroke power, man. It's whole shot, it's awesome bike off the gate, and yeah, the bike was working awesome. The track was pretty smooth out there for the first moto, but yeah, I used my bike to an advantage and had some consistent laps, and can't ask for more.
A solid 3rd place in the first MX2 Moto here from the Glade is the number 22 Rockstar Yamaha, Sean Moffenbauer. Sean, a couple of great passes to get into 3rd, and then pressing hard late on Friese for 2nd.
Yeah, it was a great ride. Finally, I was able to get a start and work my way, you know, close to the front right away. So it was nice not having to come through the pack, and it was fun battling with those guys. They put up a good fight, but luckily I'm on the new Yamaha this year, and I was able to, you know, snipe around some of those guys.
The sights and sounds of Rockstar Motofest and the Ben Milo Land Freestyle Tour. That was Ashes of Eden with their cut deep. MX2 boys going on parade. They're going to race for you next. This is the Riverglade MX Park just outside of Moncton, New Brunswick, and you are watching the 2014 Rockstar Energy Drink Motocross Nationals. Mark Travers and Brian Coster in the booth as we get ready for MX2 Moto 2. This moto will be brought to you by Circle K at Dynamite Place to get ice-cold Rockstar. Fab, you know they've been racing on this track since the early 70s? It's one of the crown jewels of the series, where giants have ridden, they say.
Pushing 5 decades of moto glory here on the East Coast. Spectacular facility, a few changes over the years, and right now we've got ourselves a pretty sweet national track. Waiting for the gate to drop. Second moto, Travis. Who's going to get that Royal Distributing whole shot?
Oh, the boys are banging bars coming out first corner. Moffenbauer gets tossed out wide, but I think he crossed the line first, Brian. Back into 4th place. They're going to give him that Royal Distributing whole shot. We go on board with Swanson. Oh, and he gets busted off the track with Protovo. Got to find a safe place to return, though, Brian. You can't gain any position.
Holy smokes, that was a lot of action there that Swanson's been privy to. Along with us going wide, Rarick squeaks by there on the Redemption Racing 38. but that road distributing whole shot goes to Moffenbauer.
You talked about how fast the 27 of Jesse Wentland was in the first moto. He's in second. Topher Ingles was lightning fast as well. He's out in front on the two-stroke, so we got a nice two-stroke, four-stroke battle. Hey fans, don't forget about liking the CMRC MX page on Facebook and hit mxnaturals.ca for all the action. But let's get back to the racing on this gorgeous River Glade facility.
Topher Ingles out front. He finished third in this championship last year. He's led a lot of laps here in 2014. Just struggling a little bit with finishing up in the top three.
Let's face it, the guy's a player. He's been fast in this series for a long time, and I love his style, I love his approach, and I love that RTR team. Let's get back to another replay of the shot. Now, Freezy, Benoit, and Moffenbauer come in. Moffenbauer gets tucked off to the side, but I think he crossed the line first. Thus, he gets the roll discerning hole shot, but falls back to fourth.
Yeah, he lost a lot of ground there trying to get back safely on the track. He stepped over that berm, or basically the cushion on the outside. But now, in blue, the 24, first moto winner, Kevin Benoit, coming back from a little bit of carnage there in the first turn, making some passes early.
He was in 8th, Brian. He just moved past Rosina for 7th, and he gets by Pronovo for 6th, so he is on the pike.
And Liam O'Farrell punts out Pronovo there. Great body English for Weston Rosina, looking great on the Gopher Dudes. Hannah Swanson skies it out through Dragon. Oh, and Eric Jeffrey low slides right in front of us. Redemption Racing rider. Ooh, that's gonna hurt.
Brian, we've been talking about how slick this track can get, especially in those tight corners through that rhythm section. I like the wide line because you can carry a lot more speed. Back to the battle for 6th place. This is actually for 5th. 34 of Dylan Wright. And the 24 of Kevin Benoit didn't get a great start, but he's making some moves.
Yeah, Benoit here taking a peek up the inside. Looks like, wait, oh, right decides at the last second to go wide, opens the door for Benoit. But we've got more things brewing on this racetrack. The 27, Jesse Wentland. We talk about him being so solid, so strong. He lets his talking be done on the track, and he's speaking volumes now, pressured for the lead.
Babs, quick update in this class. The number 4 of Jerry Medaglia went down in the first moto. They think that he broke his collarbone. Obviously not racing in this one. A big blow to that Cowie team. Paolotelli having issues. Ooh, let's get back to the lead right now as they come over to one of the most gorgeous jumps in Canadian motocross. Look at the fans here today. They are taking in a festival of racing.
And it's a big triple there afterwards, leading into this start-shoot there. You get complacent looking at it, but when you see it from the side, really wide pressure for Ingles. The Californian riders got Wetland all over him.
Nice little cluster from 8th to 11th over that triple. Saw Rosina in there, Glade, Pronovo, Rarick. The boys are banging back to the lead. Brian coming down to that Zox tree line. Looks like Wetland on the inside, finding traction where nobody is. What a pass.
Wow, classic two-stroke, four-stroke battle. You know, you can't really say that one or the other has the huge advantage. We see them both winning motos, passing one another. Now, Topher on the outside looks good, but just misses his acceleration point by a millimeter of a half second. Opens the door, Wetland just hooks right up, right in front of him. This is a game of millimeters and split-second decisions.
Well, you're talking about that classic battle, too. You see the two-strokes carrying that wide line because they got to keep those revs up, power to the ground. Maybe the four-stroke a little better on the inside.
Yeah, definitely known for the torque and the hookup. The two-strokes, so once they get in their sweet spot, they pull like nobody's business.
Ingles now has the 22 of Sean Moffenbauer coming up on the inside. Little Muff on the pipe. Ingles carrying a lot of speed down into the apple orchard. This is a beautiful part of the track, Brian. You can carry speed. Wide line works right near Thompson's pond, too. Oh, Moffenbauer on the outside.
Woo-wee, Moffenbauer just won't be denied here. Brute force right there. When you look at these two-strokes and four-stroke motors on the dyno, the two-stroke guys got a way narrower RPM range to work with. The four-strokes have their torque and power curve a lot longer, so the guys on the two-strokes got to really roll that gearbox, get that tranny in the sweet spot every time.
We saw our leader, the number 27, Jesse Wentland, out front, back to the battle for 3rd place, Topher Ingles, and Vince Freezy into the GP section. A lot of options, Brian. Pick your line, twist that throttle.
To our first place rider, number 27, MX101 Yamaha. Wow. Pilot of Jesse Wetland. He is hauling the mail right now. There's Freezy sitting back, all aerodynamic, like gets by Ingles. So Topher goes from 2nd to 4th. Freezy now has got Moffenmeyer in front of him, but here comes the 24, Travs, and he's on fire.
This top 5 cluster has been spectacular from the get-go. All of these guys are fast, and they all have different styles, too. That's the one thing I like about watching them race against each other.
Yeah, different bikes, different styles, different gear. It's a beautiful sport to take in, the colors, the sights, the sound. And Jesse is particularly having a good time pulling away from the field.
Classic two-stroke battle now, Brian, between two KTM 250 two-strokes. Ingles on the inside, Benoit leading the series red plate. He likes that inside line. Ingles is riding quite defensively, but with some offense, though.
Yeah, definitely just kind of blocking the entry of Kevin Benoit. We can see in that previous corner, Benoit really hard on the brakes.
Oh, nice.
Benoit's going to want to get by quick. They've got the same engine builder building these motors, so very equally prepared. Oh, the inside man is Benoit.
Oh, that's exactly it, Brian. You cannot leave that inside open, or you're going to get block pass coming off of that nice launcher into the corner.
Yeah, not a super easy track to pass on. You kind of got to get physical and utilize those block passes. Great acceleration there for Benoit. Here it is, up the inside. Scrubs lands. He's got the advantage now. He can park Ingles up wherever he chooses, ride the brakes. Ingles got nothing more he can do.
That's a bit of a touche, because that's the kind of pass that Ingles was making all last season, for crying out loud. To our third place rider, the 719 Moto Concept Smart Top rider, Vince Freezy. I love that triple, Brian, up into the mechanics area. Benoit is on the gas, keeping this little 3-pack for second close.
Ooh, and the rivalry.
Oh, no!
Riders down. Mate gets squirrely. Robinson plows right into him. Both very slow getting up, Travs. Not pretty.
Oh, look at this, coming out of that Zox corner. Freezy got super aggressive on the inside and takes care of Moffenmeyer. That was for second place. Little Muff back to third.
He's not going to be happy about this whatsoever, Travs. Maybe Sean Moffenmeyer can get physical here and give Freezy a little of his own medicine, because Freezy known to be a very, very aggressive physical rider on track.
To our leader, the 27 of Jesse Whalen, leading this moto, coming up to the finish line to get his last lap flag. Looks like both of these riders. Sean Robinson is as tough as nails. He's getting back on the bike, for crying out loud. The 24 of Kevin Benoit, no goggles, sitting in 4th place. Last lap flag, interesting.
Travs, this is not the track you don't want goggles. What's been happening out here is the roost hits the lens so hard it actually knocks the goggle lens out of its place. And these riders cannot ride that way, so Benoit, no goggles, super dangerous with all these little stones out here.
A very rocky surface, but the 27 of Jesse Whalen doesn't mind. He gets a checkered flag. Second MX2 Moto win. Wow, what a beauty, Fabs. Let's get to our top 10.
The Yamaha leaderboard spells it out. Benoit has to settle for 4th. Ingles drops back. O'Farrell struggled off the start. Wright, Rarick, Legade, and Swanson.
MX101 Yamaha Foxback rider, going to be 3rd overall on the day, but that don't matter. Second moto, dude, finally got off to that good start and showed everybody what we wanted to see, the Jesse Whalen that we know can win, and ran away with it, buddy. That was an awesome ride.
Yeah, thank you. The first moto, I just got caught up in a lapper on the face of the finish line and went down and had to come back through the pack like I've been doing all season. But you know, I'm so happy to get off to a good start in the second moto and get out front like right away and you know, put some smooth, fast laps down. And yeah, I can't thank my whole team, MX101 Yamaha, enough.
Smart Top Moto Concept's going to go 2-2 on the day like his teammate last weekend, buddy. It's going to give you the overall. I know you were fired up after the first moto, but it's got to feel good. You rode awesome that race, had to come from behind, make some passes on a tough track, and you're going to claim the overall, which is got to be happy.
Yeah, definitely. I had some bike issues in the first moto, kind of held me back, but second moto I didn't get the whole shot, which I've been struggling with those. You know, guys are good up here. These guys are riding really good. They got fast bikes, some of the 252 strokes, and these Yamahas, the guys have got good bikes, so it's making it tough on me, and you know, I was happy to go 2-2 for the overall, but obviously I want to win, want to get the points, but the overall is a decent day.
To the series points after 8 of 10, Benoit keeping Freezy honest, all right. Moffenmeyer and Wetland, they're waging war. You can see the numbers throughout the field. Everyone wants a top 10 number. What a stellar day of racing here in Riverglade. There is our top 3 overall in the day. I want to thank Larry Northrup and the Douche and all the volunteers here at Riverglade.
Nice job, Fabulous. You have been watching the 2014 Rockstar Energy Drink Motocross Nationals. Brought to you by Motovan.com, the source for power sports parts and accessories. Hey fans, don't forget to like the CMRC MX page, mxnationals.ca. Woo! We'll see you next week at Overton.